Thank you, merci, merci, merci. You gotta say to the owner. My man. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see, who else helped? Hell yeah, you helped. You were here.
Thank you.
Yeah, you didn't help. No, this one helped. No. All right. Thank you again. Thank you. You're awesome, man. You're the best. Thank you. Safe journey.
Okay.
Might be the best sight I've ever seen. Curt
At the wheel
driving the van and the air conditioner blowing. We've done it, guys. Our 6th day of being stranded here in, I think it's Kundara. We were on the south side. We don't know the people on the north side, but the south side people were kind and welcoming, and everybody there at the mechanic shop took such good care of us. As miserable as this has been, this place will always hold a very special place in our heart. And we are on the road. And yes, I'm a bit emotional and I cannot help it.
I am too.
Whew.
We have a long drive to Conakry, which is the city where we plan on getting the van overlooked. As you guys probably know by now, the parts were used and, you know, they looked in good shape. And to be honest with you, the van feels really good. But obviously, we're going to have everything looked at. And, well, we're just hoping that we can get to Conakry. We're going to drive long and hard. I think it's going to be a 2-day drive.
There's our home for the past 6 days, guys. There it is. Woo! All right. All right, guys. We're headed to Conakry. It's a 12-hour drive. There's some bad roads. We're just going. We want to get there. We want to get checked into a hotel where we can shower and get cleaned up. And we're a bit emotional right now, so we'll be back when we're down the road a little bit.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's continue this journey and get to somewhere where we can get this van work done.
No turning back. That's not an option, in case you guys were wondering.
We are elated to be back on the road. We've been driving now for about 30 minutes, getting a feel for the van, and it definitely feels different. And of course, we're super sensitive to every sound and everything. The engine sounds good, the turbo sounds good, but we don't have as much power as we did before. And so we don't accelerate as fast. And also, when I mash down on the gas and the RPMs come up, we're shifting gears and it feels like a much higher RPM. So our top end speed, our power doesn't seem to be the same. Now maybe we're being super sensitive, not sure, but up in front of us we just caught a glimpse of the mountains. And so as we work our way towards La Baye, which is in the path to get to Conakry, the capital city, we have to go through there. So obviously we're still a bundle of nerves. We just want to get to our destination. But I wanted to just check in here and say we're in new territory. We made it further than we were before. But yeah, we're still cautiously optimistic.
on the Matope. As we're making our way south towards the city of La Bay, we are noticing as we go through village after village, which is fascinating, just seeing how the villages are set up and the gas stations and the bush taxis and how they haul things around and sell things. We've been through smaller villages where we saw where they were making the reed fences, and you see the little girls on the side of the road making fence panels. But one thing that is happening with the terrain is we are starting to enter the mountains, and there is more and more green. Now, I wouldn't call it lush jungle, but compared to what we've been in since Morocco, this is looking pretty lush, isn't it, Curt?
Yeah.
There's several big trees, not just little shrub trees. And as we get some elevation, I imagine it's cooler outside a little bit, not much, but I can tell you after the past 6 days, we are not getting out to sea, and we are letting this air conditioner run. But the goal for right now is to get to La Bay, maybe stock up on a few groceries just to have something to eat while we work our way towards Conakry. But we're not going to do much stopping. We're going to drive as late into the evening as we can, and hopefully we can get to Conakry by tomorrow. That's the goal. We'll have to see how the day goes, because the roads do come and go. They're paved, but there are sections where there are really bad potholes, and some sections where just everything's wonderful, and then all of a sudden a giant hole. So you have to stay alert, keep your eyes open to that kind of stuff. But we are on our way. Next stop, La Bay.
Just wanted to give you a little update. Snow is at the helm, and we're moving along through the mountains here, nearing La Bay. And man, we are passing a lot of these bush taxis loaded to the hilt. 5 or 6, 10 people. They drive like maniacs. It's no wonder that Mohammed flipped over. But we definitely are not having full power in the van.
No.
And we're coming up some of these mountains, and we're slowing down to like 10 to 20 mile an hour just to climb up the hill. So we're still kind of on the edge of our seats. We have, I think, about 2.5 hours to go to get to La Bay, which is sort of the next big city. And well, that's only about a third of the way. So right now is a perfect example. Snow's just kind of
We're floored, and we're going 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, so it just feels like it's not necessarily, I don't know. I don't want to diagnose it right now. I just want to get to Conakry.
Just want to get to the big city.
But I do want to show you some of these little mountains as we come through here. We're starting to see some cliffs and peaks. We're definitely going up and down, roundabouts, switchbacks, not roundabouts, but switchbacks and all that. So we'll try to give you a little look as the topography and it changes a little bit through here. I just wanted to share with you guys that the whistle is back, and you know, before we didn't know what the whistle was. We didn't know if it was brakes or a belt or what it was, but now we know. And so this is clearly not our forever turbocharger, and we are just on the edge of our seats now, hoping it can get us to Conakry. And the squeaking is intermittent. Last time the squeaking lasted for a long time, so I don't know, several days before it finally blew up. So hopefully this thing's got enough oomph in it, enough life to get us where we're going. Yeah, it's just going to be a nervous, tense drive. We're still a couple hours out of La Bay, so we'll see. And you can see right through here, there's a huge sort of forest fire and burning all the thatch. And as we've come across this region, everything is just burnt and scorched. And one of the main things that are loaded up on all these bush taxis, and you kind of see bags along the road, are big bags of carbone. So we've been wondering if maybe they don't just set these big jungles on fire and then go through and collect the charred wood for carbone along the way. Now we don't know that they do that, but I mean, you come through here and a lot of this area is just scorched and burned, and makes you wonder. Alright guys, this is definitely apricot, TIA. The road has just turned to dirt, and we kind of knew about this through our research. This is supposed to be about a 30-kilometer dog's breakfast. In other words, a bad road for 30 kilometers. We have 90 left to go to La Bay, so this is going to be a dusty, bumpy ride, and something else just to beat on us and wear on us. And I'll tell you what, you could probably see these right here, but these bush taxis don't even slow down. In the back they got the jacked up suspension, and even though they're loaded to the hilt, they just rip right on through these areas. Wow. These things are just dust bowls. This is a really, really tough road, guys. I don't even really know how to describe it. All right, there's about, probably in some areas, there's like 6 inches of dust on top of the road. So when one of those moto taxis come through, it just heaps up a huge cloud of dust. And then all of a sudden you're trying to go up a hill and it's so bouncy, and I mean, it's,
we don't have the power,
bouncing you right up your seat, and of course the power of the van is in question, and it's just it's really hard time in the van right now. We're happy to be moving, and we're happy that we have the air conditioner, and we're just hoping we can make it, guys.
ridge over there, huh? I think.
Yeah.
Had a driver change. Probably have another one before we get off this road because whoever's driving has to take a break. We just came through a section where they're doing some road work. Looks like the road had washed out probably last rainy season and they've got it all stair-stepped in there now. But they got the wire cages that they're filling with rocks to kind of help with erosion and drainage. And they were busting these rocks with sledgehammers by hand and filling in those wire cages. Unbelievable. That's their fly swatters. And wet hair. Driving through another construction zone. This one is much more, looks like it's much more planned and coordinated, an actual construction site, not just some sort of an emergency repair. We've heard that the Chinese are in here building roads and they just haven't finished this section yet. And that looked like a legit operation, didn't it, Curt?
Yeah, well, they have a lot of bauxite, I believe, in this country, and so that's one of the main ingredients they use to make aluminum. And so China has come into a lot of these countries and invest in infrastructure so that they can pull out the raw resources to make material. So I'm pretty sure it has a lot to do with that. The country's also rich in some other minerals, and well, China's investing in their infrastructure.
Yeah. And this side of that construction zone is not paved, but it is a lot better. We gave out a few bottles of water there, and then they were taking their old water bottles and filling them from the water truck. And we got to go through there dust-free following the water truck, so that was nice. It's tough to see the conditions some of these people live in, to be real honest. And just to see, so when they walk up and they're asking you for water, even if it's one of your last water bottles, we're going to give it to them. So we still have an hour and a half until we get to La Bay, according to Google Maps. I don't think that's right. I think it'll be slower, but maybe not now that we're on a little bit better road section. I will tell y'all that it's pretty through here. It's mountains with trees, and we're just really not in the mood to be looking. We're still kind of going through some shock of what we lived through for the past week, and we still have the anxiety of the van making noises and not having as much power as it used to. And this thing has just got to get us to Conakry, which is still hours and hours and hours away. So
What is this?
sorry, we're not showing you all the beautiful we see, but right now we're focused. Also, I have not updated you guys on the kitties. They are happy to have air conditioning. These guys were troopers along with us. We were covered them in their cold blankets and all of that. Normally on a road like this, they'd be back in the back, but they seem to be staying close to us. I think they're having all the same emotions that we do. In fact, Vanna is riding right down here at our feet, and she has been all day. So one of the main reasons that we're moving as fast as we are through here, well, of course, we got to get the van to a shop. We got to get us to somewhere where we can shower and relax. But the hotel we have picked out has a nice garden area. We're going to be able to walk these kitties, and they're going to get lots of loving. Don't you worry. We can see up around a couple of curves as we're going down these mountains. Asphalt. We think we're about to get to where the road is paved again, so maybe we can make up some time, because it's likely to be brand new asphalt, so we shouldn't have to worry about potholes. Woohoo! That's a big shout out for road builders, isn't it, Curt?
Yeah, it sure is.
And we're passing some pretty colored birds. We think they're like the bee eaters we saw up in Hungary, but guys, we just don't have time to stop and appreciate that kind of stuff. So we're going, and we're headed towards asphalt. We're weaving up and down these curvy roads, unfortunately driving up in elevation through these mountains, which is tough because our van really doesn't have the power for any kind of elevation, and we're just willing ourselves to keep going and get to Conakry. But we come around a curve and we land right in the middle of a market party, didn't we, Curt?
Yeah, and we had to snake our way through it. People would literally pull their blankets with their fruit and veg or whatever they're selling in the road. So there's like, you got 2 lanes of traffic trying to get through there, and sometimes it's bottlenecked down to 1. But it's just strange that we go across the countryside and all of a sudden you just come up on something like that in a town and it's just total bottleneck. But it's fascinating, and but gosh, guys, man, we're
on pins and needles because of the van. We really are.
All right, guys, we have made it to La Bay, and really we haven't filmed a lot here because it's been kind of intense, and we had to get some chores, but we got them done. We got some fuel, we got some bananas,
some emergency food.
We just really wanted some emergency food in case something went wrong. We're completely out of supplies from, being stranded near the border there. But we are going to push on. We probably have a couple hours of daylight left, and so we're going to push on as far as we can. There's no way we can make it to Conakry tonight.
We'll
But
be
maybe
lucky
we
to
can
make it tomorrow.
maybe we can set ourselves up to get there by tomorrow. We'll see. Surprise, surprise, it doesn't look like anything can be easy. We have just left La Bay and the road is like, well, partial asphalt,
Partial
pothole, and partial dirt. And they're all
covered with motorcycles.
Covered with motorcycles. We have a slow truck in front of us. And to be honest with you, the distribution is such that no matter which one you choose, you're going to beat us in the van up. So as the day gets... Go ahead, Snow.
Yeah, we can't pass the semi in front of us because we don't have the power to pass him. So we're behind him. We'll just see how far we can get, guys. We'll see how far we can get.
Having a dust dinner. So anyway, we're going to push on as far as we can tonight and see what happens. Good job, hon. Good job. You're my hero. Toot their horns around here. Alright guys, not the first time we found ourselves chasing the sun, trying to get to our spot before it gets dark. I think we've only got about 45 minutes. It is definitely a slow road, but we're making progress. And I think we're ready for a break. Hello, how are you doing?
Bonjour.
Bonjour. My English is not so good. Thanks, man. Y'all have a good night.
Au revoir.
All right.
We are really pushing it on driving at night. A couple of the campsites we passed just didn't turn out as somewhere we felt safe staying. One was in the middle of a very busy town, and the other was a road that I think was probably meant for motorcycles. This one, the road's decent so far. We got to go about 1 kilometer off the main road. And we are well past dark. But the good news is there's some recent reviews of this campsite. So we know if we can get back here, it'll be a place we can sleep. And we made a lot of distance, so if things go okay tomorrow, we should make it to the city tomorrow night. But Curt has been white knuckling it. I was driving, but once it got too dark, these old lady eyes, I start losing my depth perception, so dodging potholes became impossible. Curt has taken over and he's bringing us home. The kiddies have been amazing. I think they know we're on a mission, and I think they're happy that we're moving. So everybody's doing good. We're gonna get to our campsite. We're gonna eat some oatmeal because it's fast and easy. We're gonna go to bed, and we're gonna see y'all in the morning.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys!